When I was growing up, veterans were, for the most part, all Second World War veterans. And we're starting to lose them. Canada does not have any First World War veterans. The problem with not hearing the story is that in this world, if people don't touch it, they don't believe it. Sooner or later, someone is going to say that the number of Commonwealth losses at the Somme or Vimy Ridge those numbers are just so inflated it could not have happened. But it did.
Now is the time for veterans to tell their story before we are all gone.
I've been involved with the veterans in promoting the fact that the Canadian veterans should be remembered, not just today or tomorrow, or not on Remembrance Day, but all year round.
Well, I remember a little girl asking me, "Were you wounded?" And I said, "Well, there are many, many ways to be wounded." I said if I had been hit in the knee, there was a chance of it healing. But when you're hit here, like when I lost my brother, that's for life.
So I think it's important that the aspect of the service life be preserved. We weren't acting heroic, we were just doing our jobs.
Well, when a veteran, that's medication. You get it out of your system. It's like people going to a psychologist, lying on a couch, and the psychologist talks about things to get it out of their mind. And it works for me.
But right to this day, matter of fact, I was just in a hospital not too long ago, and the one doctor come in and said to me, he said, "Oh," he said, "you're a veteran." I said, "Yes." Said, "I was in Korea." He said, "Oh," he said, "you don't hear much about that, do you?" I said, "No." And he said, he said, "I don't know a thing about Korea. I couldn't even tell you where it is." So, and still a lot of people.
By telling my story and the story of my generation, my conflict, from 2002 to ongoing in Afghanistan, nobody can say that it didn't happen. No one can say that the sacrifice was not there. And also, no one can say that the veteran is gone when our senior veterans pass. What they have taught me has been handed down through the generations, through the series of veterans, so that the Canadian veteran will never disappear.
I think it's just that it's not so much our stories, but what they mean, what's behind them. I always treated this as the price of citizenship. We enjoy a great lifestyle here, but that had to be paid for.
Yeah, it's good to fill them in on a lot of the details. I know they can read things in history books and that, but it's kind of nice if they could hear it from a veteran too. And
the freedom that you enjoy in Canada was fought for and earned by the supreme sacrifice of the thousands of Canadians that are buried in cemeteries all over the world.
I would like the children to be aware that we served, that we helped our country, that we were able to assist in winning the war so that they could, in turn, could be free.
Well, I think it's important for the young people to get to know what freedom is all about, what really went on, and the price that was paid.
What they offered of their life. Canada is free today. And I believe every veteran, anyone that wore a uniform, Army, Navy, or Air Force, are proud of the fact that they put that uniform on for the freedom of Canada.
If we forget, we'll do it again. The best way to prevent war is to remember it.
The future generations need to know that freedom is not free.
I've said before, and it sums up for me my participation in this project. If the people who are watching get nothing out of this, from myself or any of the other veterans, you've at least looked into the eyes of history, and you've touched people who have touched world history.